history here at Council of Union Standards United, and this is one of the biggest battles we've probably ever had to face, and we certainly won't be walking away from it. We're here today to address the community about the potential impact that will feel if the proposed sale of the government assets go ahead, as well as seeking your assistance in convincing the government that it has got the right thing to do. We urge each and every one of you to arrange a meeting or write to your local member for Parliament outlining your opposition to this ridiculous proposal. The proposed assets for sale are Queensland Rail's coal and freight infrastructure, the Aberpoint Coal Terminal, the Port of Brisbane, Queensland Motorways Limited, which includes the Gateway Motorway and Logan Motorway, forestry plantations with operations in Atherton, Hinchinbrook, Rockhampton, Bundaberg, Maryborough, Gympie, Crow's Nest and Warwick. The proposed sale of these assets is totally unnecessary, as it is clear in the budget papers that Queensland will return to a surplus by 2016 without the sale of these assets. This is all about trying to regain the AAA credit rating for the government so they can continue to borrow money from overseas to finance their projects. This is a short-sighted plan which presents a real risk to jobs in regional areas. There are 900 to 1,000 local rail jobs that are based in Townsville that are at risk if this plan goes ahead. It doesn't make sense to sell these cash-generating assets, which delivers a healthy annual return for the state. Queensland Rail generates over $3.5 billion in return each year. The Port of Brisbane, operating profit of approximately $500 million for the last financial year. Queensland Motorways in 2007-2008 had a profit of $161 million. The Forestry Plantations Queensland had a trading surplus of $29.6 million in 2007 and 2008. This just goes to show these assets that they're selling off are cash generating assets for the people of Queensland. They're not an inefficient operation that's costing taxpayers money. These assets belong to the people of Queensland, and the government did not consult with anyone before making the decision to sell them. Queensland Rail provides essential services throughout the state, as well as being a major employee in regional areas. Once the coal business is sold off, the freight areas will slowly see a decline in services as well as job reductions. At the moment, QR is a totally integrated rail system where each business group provides support to each other, which allows for the servicing of many areas that would not otherwise be possible. The Premier has already advised that not only does she intend to sell off the coal business, but there will be a complete review of the freight operations statewide as well. This has already commenced, and regional Queenslanders are noticing a reduction of services in many areas. The agriculture industry is feeling the pressure from many of the changes, which is forcing freight from rail to road haulage. This is bad news for the travelling public and consumers throughout the state. It is a well-known fact that QR is the only rail system in Australia that hauls livestock over the network. Once privatisation is completed, a lot of this type of freight will be forced over to road transport. This will not help us to reduce the carbon footprint that the government tells us that they are committed to do, and will result in untold damage to our highways. QR is a major freight competitor throughout the state, and once this service to the community has been removed, we'll see higher freight rates coupled with less jobs, and extra costs will be passed on to the consumer, driving up the cost of living for regional Queensland. The sale of these cash-generated assets will reduce the income for the government and should not be allowed to go ahead, and should continue to operate in the best interests of Queenslanders. The government promotes Queensland as a smart state. Public opposition to the sale of these assets are above 90%, so the smart thing for the government to do is to listen to the people, or we'll do the smart thing We'll vote about the next election. Unions are committed to fight the government over this issue to the end, and we appreciate any support provided by you guys and the rest of the community. Thank you.
Cheers.